Hello again, hospital porters and civilians alike. I've just seen Richard D. Hall do his lecture here at the Leeds International UFO Expo. Basically, he was talking about the media, the media's relationship with us and the UFO issue and the other suppressed technology. And like Anthony Beckett, he talks about he talks about Mars and the planets, and like Andrew Johnson, the anti-gravity device. He believes, he's spoken to people like Stan Deyo, and he showed a video of Stan Deyo. And Stan Deyo has written a great book actually called The Cosmic Conspiracy. It's worth seeing. It does show beyond doubt that there is an elite group of multinational power brokers who exist above national governments, and that democracy is a con. It doesn't matter who you vote for, because you're only voting for the public relations officer of that government. People like John Perkins in his Confessions of an Economic Hitman show this. He explains how the powerful countries like the United States took over the poorer countries. They play divide and rule with each other. JFK was assassinated because he wanted to end the power of that elite. He wanted to break up the Federal Reserve. He wanted to, decimate the CIA, return it to its constituent parts. End the power of the bankers and the media moguls. Richard explained the media. He explained how the MI5, the security agencies, actually recruit prominent media operators like newsreaders. We don't know how many has been recruited by them. We know one man who was attempted to be recruited by the MI5 and he turned them down. That was Jon Snow, the newsreader. Good for him. He was offered, like they say, double your salary. No questions asked, cash in hand. The taxman never hears anything. And Jon Snow said, no thanks. But you look at the other people on like Gavin Esther, Jeremy Paxman, all these other people, John Simpson, Nicholas Witchell. How many of them said yes, I wonder? There's no way of knowing because there's no paper trail. And skeptics are always criticising us for saying never producing a paper trail. Well, in conspiracies there are no paper trails by definition. Really, Richard's point very much was that 9/11. He talks a lot about 9/11, his latest 9/11 research. Now, 9/11 is the clue to disclosure. If anything about 9/11 comes out, then everything about UFOs will come out. Now, I don't agree with him there, and I'll explain why later on in this film. I consider the disclosure is, like I say, is another matter. 9/11 is probably the second biggest secret in the world. Richard described it as the biggest psyop in history. It's certainly a big one, but there are bigger ones, and I will explain as time goes on exactly what that is. It was a really, really good interview, and Richard's a great guy, and his research is excellent. He's a level-headed, scientific type of person. He doesn't regard UFOs as something connected with the rest of the paranormal. He's not into the other paranormal things. I am, unlike him, but he sees them as a separate issue in a sense, And he's partly right, I think. They're definitely not like ghosts and stuff like that. But you do get things like ghosts and that appearing when UFOs do in certain cases. Like if you read John Keel's book, you'll find that. Anyway, I've got a very short break now. We've got to go back, so I'll see you guys later.